So hey guys, I hope you're doing really good. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I built this whole AI-based WhatsApp intake system specifically for the immigration lawyers. Okay, and first of all, we're going to go through a quick demo of it. Okay, so that's we're going to see its capabilities, its whole working live. Okay, in a WhatsApp chat. Okay, how it handles the leads, intelligently, different kind of questions, different kind of inquiries, books the appointment with them, qualify them, get all the details from them. Okay, we're gonna see all of its capabilities and how valuable it is. Then I'm gonna show you that how valuable it is in terms of for your firm, for your overall practice. Okay, for an immigration, if you're a sole immigration lawyer, if you run a small firm, of around based on immigration as a main practice area, I'm going to show you that as well, how it's highly valuable in that scenario, in that part. And then I'm going to show you how I built this whole system, okay, like integrating different platforms, okay, different kind of AI-based agents and, LLM-based reasoning is happening around classification, message generation, and all of these things that are actually happening around. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so first of all, we're going to go through a quick demo of it into the WhatsApp. So hey guys, here we are in a demo. Okay, let me just show you a quick demo of it. Okay, so before showing the demo, let me clear the database. Okay, the history and all everything to make sure it works perfectly as I want it to be. Yeah. So assume that I am the lead. Okay, and this particular chat, okay, that you're seeing where tool is written, it's your firm's phone number. It's a firm's profile. Okay, where you have set up this whole AI intake system WhatsApp based, and it's how it's gonna now handle all of the leads. Okay, let's see that. First of all, let me just clear the chat. Okay. So as a lead, I'm just first of all messaging a hi. Okay. So let's say I just started with a hi. And let's see what kind of reply we're going to get from the assistant. Okay. So as you can see, we just got a reply. And now you're gonna think that it's possible that there are two kind of senders might be possible. Okay, first is your lead. Okay, it might be your potential client, potential lead. Second one can be anyone. It can be a friend. It can be someone from from your work based guy, someone who is just starting a conversation, advertising. Potentially someone who's not a lead and someone who is a lead. And if the sender has just sent a hi message, we don't have enough context to classify, to categorize the sender in one of the following two areas. Okay, either it's a lead or it's not a lead. Okay, if it's not a lead, then AI will not going to move forward. But if it's a lead, then it will move forward. Okay, so right now, if we don't have enough context, AI will just going to send a simple message. Okay, over here, and if someone who's a lead, if sees this message, then they're gonna move forward. Okay, because they're gonna read it that welcome to Stephenson Law Immigration Support. To make sure we get you the right help, please reply with that what you're looking for today. Simple. If it's not a lead, then the person will not going to move forward with messaging over here. Okay, that's it. And let's say I'm a lead. Okay, and now let's say my question is. So now let me just send a normal message. Okay, as a lead. Okay, so like I am facing a few problems in getting a H1B visa. Can you guys can you guys help with that? Okay. Uh, I found you on Google search. Messaging as a simple lead. Okay, it's a simple message, generic message that a lead might say. Okay, in their inquiries. So now let's see that what kind of reply I'm gonna get. As you can see, you just got a reply very fast. You definitely help with H1B visa issues to point you in the right direction. Are you currently inside or outside the US? So it's not asking me that. Now let's say if I am a lead who is defensive. Defensive in the sense that I don't give my information very easily to anybody. Okay, so if that's the case, because most likely it might not, but if that's the case, then this AI assistant is intelligent enough to handle that scenarios as well. So like if I say, I why should I tell you that? Why should I tell you that? Is that a need? Can you even help? It's like, I asking a lot of these like questions, okay, as a defensive lead kind of, and let's say what kind of reply we're going to get. So as you can see, I understand it feels personal. Knowing if you're inside or outside the US helps us match you with the right attorney and prepare for your case. Could you help me let me know your current location? Let's say, okay, I am currently outside the US. Simple. Okay. And now let's see the response. So, okay, as you got a message, thanks for letting me know that. So, you can briefly describe the graph which help you need with. So it's now asking to me, okay, that what kind of exact issue you're facing to actually qualify that the lead is qualified for our firm or for the specific attorney for whom this AI system is working for. Okay, so let's say if I say that even I don't understood the problem. Okay, I just don't understood any process or procedure of it. I just got rejected. Sorry, but I can't tell you because it's not clear to me. So as a lead, okay, I'm trying to do hard to hard and vague conversations with my assistant. So now AI will going to the system is going to make me move forward with it. So as you can see, I'm sorry to hear about the rejection. To help you understand the situation, could you let me know which visa you applied for exactly? Okay, so now AI is going deeper in trying to understanding my exact problem as a lead. Okay, so to understand your situation, could you let me know which visa you applied for? Example, H1B, F1 green card. Okay, let's say I applied for the H1B visa. Now what? Okay. Okay, so as you can see, go to apply for the H1B visa. And do you have any upcoming deadlines or code dates you should be aware of? So it's now asking me a much more of my details. So no, no, I don't think that. So it's a simple message. It sounds like we can definitely assist you with this. Okay, so that's all on it. So now it's actually asking me for all of my details. Okay, so it's now first of all asking me for my full name. And let's say I again get defensive. So if I say as a lead, can you help me? Tell me briefly. Tell me briefly, please. Then only I will be open to give my details and move forward. Okay, so as a defensive lead, I'm saying this. Okay, so like I'm trying to get a clarified answer from the system that can you guys actually really help me. So let's see the answer. We can review your H1B denial, check if your petition can be refilled or an appeal is possible, help you with the supporting documents and guide you through the process. As you can see, it provided a very clear, crystal answer in a very short message. Thus, it actually divides the message in multiple messages, okay, in the WhatsApp if needed. That, makes the and lead feels like a more humanized way of speaking to. Okay, it sent multiple messages, and if there is a need, as you can see, it just sent me two messages in a single uh, time by taking a few seconds of gap. That's how intelligent it is, and that's how humanized it is for your leads. Okay, so if I say my full name is it's Tanishk Prajapati, let's say my name. So that's asking for an email address where they can actually where the firm can actually contact me. Okay, so mm, you can contact at demo something at gmail.com. Of course, I'm providing a demo email right now because it doesn't matter for now. Yeah. So I hope this. I hope you guys don't send me marketing emails of any kind. So I'm just trying to be more conservative as a lead, okay? And the system is going to be at me in the same way as well, okay? So as you can see, great, thank you. Got the email, got the full name. So now it's actually asking me for the best time and date for the consultation, okay? So let's say so now, like what the way that I have built it is that it will going to be in the favor of the lead. Okay, that what time and date works for the lead first of all. Then it's going to check that that is that particular time and date available for the firm. Okay, is it the making sure that it's not the weekend date, it's not either Saturday or Sunday, and also that there is not any other consultations or works that have been already assigned at that specific date or time. So if let's say I will say, what about tomorrow at 2 p.m. Will it work? So let's just say I'm saying this simple, okay? What about tomorrow at 2 p.m., okay, for the consultation? That's what kind of reply you're gonna get. That's actually checking, okay, that is the timing available or not. So as you can see, tomorrow at 2 p.m. works and is available. Okay, so it's actually checked in the back end, the whole system that, yeah, this time is available for us. Please reply yes to confirm the consultation. I will lock it in for you. So now it's actually asking for the confirmation as well for the final time that the user is 100% sure and available, the lead. So I say, yeah, lock it. It will work. Lock it. Perfect. Simple message again, and you're gonna get a reply with a confirmation. Okay. And as you can see, your consultation is confirmed for tomorrow, March 25 at 2 p.m. your local time. Okay. It said also provided me the details of the calendar event also. Plus, it's also said if you need to adjust anything, just let us know. For looking forward to speak with you. As you can see, it's highly personalized and highly intelligent in terms of reasoning also. Okay, it's actually sent you the details of the appointment also. It actually booked it already. Okay, and if you need to adjust anything, just let me know. Just let us know. Looking forward to help, speaking with you. It's right now March 24. It's already booked for the March 25 already. Okay, that's how intelligent this whole AI system is. I can say, great, thanks. Great, thanks a lot. So I just sent it again a simple message. Good, thanks a lot. And it's going to give me a simple, nice greeting message again. Okay, so you have to just wait and watch it. As you can see, you're welcome, Tanishk. So now it's know my name, okay, which is a good thing. Because your consultation is set for tomorrow, March 25 at 2 p.m. If you need anything else before then, just let me know. Looking forward to speaking with you. As you just saw, okay, the whole demo of it, that how conservative it is, it actually remembers everything about what user said earlier, what user comfortable with, okay, what is user's tone mentality, is the lead defensive, is the sender even a lead or not. It's that kind of intelligent and highly reasoned AI assistant, okay, this one whole system. So that's the demo that I just show you. And now let's just actually move forward to the part where I'm going to explain that how highly valuable it is for the immigration solo lawyers and very small immigration based firms as well. So let's move forward with it. So here now we're going to talk about how the system is valuable in which aspects and which ways for all the immigration solo lawyers and small law firms also, of whom immigration is the main practice area. Okay, where they are actually serving us. Okay, so let's talk about the problem faced by immigration laws. Okay, like in general right now. So like one of the biggest problems is that bulk amount of inquiries are actually they're actually receiving bulk amount of inquiries in WhatsApp, email, and in other platforms. Okay, you might have noticed this already. Okay, like if an immigration lawyer, you might be receiving a lot of bulk amount of inquiries in like all the kind of platforms. Okay, whatever you are basically available on. Basically, what I see is that I talk to a lot of immigration lawyers and. Most of them that I have talked to, okay, most of them have said me that in WhatsApp they receive highest amount of inquiries, okay, like literally highest amount of it all the time. So like let's go through problems, okay, that that actually arises if you have a person doing all of this, or if you're like you're yourself doing or handling all of these inquiries. So first thing is that you have to pay special severity down. Okay, like if you're doing it yourself, it's a bigger problem. But if you're have hired somebody also, you need to pay them well enough salary. Okay, according to today's time. Okay, that's also like a really really big thing. Okay, second thing is that you have to manage them as an employee. So if you hired somebody, you need to pay them for this. Okay, you need to pay them, of course. So like if you've hired somebody, okay, like you need to manage them as an employee, okay, because they're working for you. So you have to make sure that they are doing the work as required. They are trained enough. They are handling the leads well enough, okay, and all these things. You have to look after them. You have to manage them, okay. You have to uh, give them a physical position in the office or something like that. Third thing is that their mind thinks about 10 different things in a day, different moods, different energy levels. This is one of the most important parts. If a person is handling all of these things, all the inquiries, the biggest problem is their limits. Okay, they can work on a specific hours of day, like 7 hours a day. Okay, and they have 10 different things to think about in their life because they're living their own life. Okay, it might be something that is going on with them. They are in some kind of problem at a personal level, and they will think about it at some day in their day. Okay, at some point. Okay, between the work also, after the work also, before the work also. Okay, they have different energy levels in their different in their whole day. They have different kind of moods, swings, and different moods they will be in their whole day. Okay, like as I said, they're gonna think about 10 different things in the whole day while working as well, and that actually influences this thing directly impacts the conversations, okay, that the person is going to do with the potential leads who have actually sent a message asking for specific questions, or looking for consultations, or have some doubts, if you can help them on all of these things. This directly impacts that in a negative way. Okay. Fourth thing, as I talked about, they cannot work 24/7 hours. Okay. Leads might message you 24/7 from different countries, really from different cities, different countries. Actually, they can message you at their best specific time, whatever works best for them. Okay. But employees can only work for 7 hours a day. Okay. Basically, and as a normal human being. Also, they can only handle each one lead at a time. They can only reply to a single lead at a time. Okay. You cannot handle multiple leads together, of course, if you're like a single person handling this. Really, another important barrier is that they can only speak a few specific languages. Okay, either they'll speak English and a few more languages as well, but that's their only barrier. Okay, like they cannot go above that. Okay, if a lead messages you in their own language, and you and the person who's handling the inquiries don't know anything about it, you are going to face a lot of problem. Okay, that person is going to face a lot of problem in having a smooth conversation with a particular lead. Okay, and that's really also a really big problem. Okay, because as an immigration lawyer, you are gonna handle leads with different countries, different cities, and all of these things. Okay, and all of these things actually leads to late replies, leads move on to others who reply fast. Okay, because look, if you are not replying or not available for the lead on a real time basis, you will going to actually lose most of your leads basically. Like most of your leads are going to be just gone, will vanish if you're not available to them as fast as possible, as soon as possible. Another thing is that reduces the quality of the conversation that the you are that the person's doing with the leads, because as I said, they are limited in terms of in terms of how many people they can talk to. Okay, they're limited with their energy levels. Okay, they are limited with their working hours. Okay, their mind will burn out. They will slow down. Okay, they need rest. They need sleep. Okay, so when they're gonna start the conversation with the very first lead, they will be at the peak of their energy level. But as the day is about to end, or as they're gonna move forward from like leads to leads, the quality of the conversations or the quality of thinking and reasoning are going to go down as well in the same manner. Okay. Fourth point, overall. Okay, so yeah, like overall, it directly impacts your firm's lead generation and further revenue also, because yeah, like if you're losing leads, if you're losing potential leads, then of course you're losing your potential clients, and of course it's directly impacting your revenue needs. Okay, so these are the problems that are actually faced by immigration attorneys, and how this WhatsApp AS's intake system that I just showed you the demo of, how it actually solves all of these problems. Let me show you that now. Okay, so first thing, okay, about this whole system is that can handle hundreds of inquiries at the same time. At the same time, hundreds of inquiries it can handle 24/7. Okay. Best part about it is that it's extremely personalized. Okay, once it knows your name, once it knows your problems, even if the lead is messaging you after 2 days or 3 days, the system knows exactly who this person is, how this person thinks, what this person's problems are. Okay, and if I can, or like if our firm can actually solve this person's problems or not. Okay, it knows everything about that lead. Okay, whatever the lead has already told him. Okay, it has the whole history of conversations. It doesn't have to think or remember about the lead again and again. Okay, so it's extremely personalized. Okay, second part, replies within 10 seconds. One of the best things about this whole system is that it reasons, okay, at the real time and replies to the lead. Plus, it actually divides the message if the message is long, or if there are multiple statements or answers in the same message. Then it divides the message into multiple, different, multiple WhatsApp messages. Because if I'm gonna message a particular lead in the same message only, it's like a big paragraph or summarized message, it feels robotic. Okay, it actually directly impacts the, what I can say, it directly impacts how the lead is going to think of you. Okay, it doesn't feel it feels very long to read. Okay, it feels very long to read. It directly impacts how the sender thinks of you, that how you can actually write so much amount of text into a single message only. You can divide. So these things actually directly, subconsciously kind of impacts the impression that you are giving to them. Okay, so like basically it divides the message, makes them looks like it was written by a human. Okay, in my demo that you just saw, their image is also present in that message. Okay, and that kind of feels sometimes that it's not right, of course, because emojis in a message sometimes feels like you are talking something about casual stuff. Okay, but it can be removed. Okay, those emojis can be completely removed. You can uh, program the AI like that. Okay, that I don't want any kind of emojis in my messages. Like, not at all. Okay, I don't want any kind of things to go wrong with all these things. Okay. Fourth thing, very important, is that handles complex questions, handles objections, make them move forward to book an appointment. They're not limited with the reasoning. Okay, human based appointment setters or qualifiers are limited. Okay, if they are talking to the very first lead, I'm talking about a human agent, they are actually limited with their capabilities of handling objections, doing conversations end to end, back and forth consistently. Okay, they have to they might have to think a lot when a hard barrier arises in the conversations. Okay, but in terms of AI, it makes sure, like, it finds a path all the time, most of the time, in most of the scenarios, it finds a path to solve the problem for that lead, that the question the lead is asking, and make sure the final CTA, it makes sure that the lead is actually booking the appointment. If not, this system also has the capability to send the reminders to the lead after 1 day or 2 day. Okay, sending a message from his own end, that asking the lead, are you available? Okay, have you booked the appointment? Want to move forward, and all these things. Okay, that's the best part again about it. Fifth, very important. Okay, never loses quality of conversation, as we discussed about it in the fourth point only, and works 24/7. Okay, with extremely high personalization, extremely high level of thinking. Okay, or critical thinking. Sixth point, make sure leads are booking appointments. As I said again already, that it also sends the reminders. Okay, it also asks the lead that, do you have any other further questions, because you're not booking the appointment. So I am thinking that you might have any other further questions, further doubts or objections that you might want to solve, or the doubts that you want answers of. Okay, I can answer that for you. So it actually makes sure that the user actually at last finally books the appointment if it's qualified. Okay, something can do conversations in almost all the languages, in almost all the common languages around the world. Okay, that is actually being spoken. It can do conversations in all of them, back and forth consistently, without any delays, without any uh, reduction of reasoning or critical thinking at all. Okay, that's again the best part about it. Any kind of lead it is from whichever country, whichever city, whatever language speaking, whatever religion, whatever culture, whatever the way of talking it is, it can handle it in the same way, in being in the favor of the lead. Okay, being in the favor of the lead, making the lead feel comfortable in the conversations. Okay, that's again the best part. Now the other thing is that lawyers, paralegal, or legal assistants, if you have any kind of employees, paralegal or legal assistant already working for you or for your firm, they can actually now focus on the more critical thinking tasks. Okay, tasks that actually requires much more energy in general. Okay, than these repetitive inquiries and booking appointments. They can focus on much more higher quality, high energy, high critical thinking based tasks. Okay. Third point, uh, as you know, the one of the biggest drawbacks is they actually you have to pay them a specific salary, okay, to them, and still you have to face all of these like a lot of problems, and you have to face a lot of negative impacts on your own firm or practice business. But the best part about again about the this WhatsApp intake system is that it just takes a few $100 a month to run it for 24/7. Literally, that's it. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars each month. You don't have to manage them. You don't have to, train them or talk to them every day, okay, or engage them, or like, all of these things. You don't have to assign an office space, a chair, a table, a desk to it. Okay, it just takes a few $100 a month to run for 24/7, literally. Okay, another thing, no need for management, as I said. No need for management, fully automated. Chats and daily metrics can be easily monitored, one of the most important parts. You can monitor the chats, what kind of chats it is actually doing, okay, in a summarized way with each lead. You can actually check out the daily metrics, that how many qualified leads came in, how many of them actually booking appointments, okay, how many of them are not booking appointments. Okay, so all the data, we will be able to see that at the end of the day about each and every lead. Changes can be done with a few prompts customization. That's it. If on the other hand, if there was a human agent, you have to train them. You have to tell them that don't do these specific things. But on the other hand, changes can be done with a few prompt customizations for this WhatsApp AI index system. Okay, so I hope you got that how valuable this is for all the immigration lawyers. Okay. Uh, so how? So I hope that you guys now. So I hope that all of you must So I hope that you all of you must now understood that how valuable it is for all the immigration lawyers. Okay. And that's the best part about this whole WhatsApp index system. It solves a very huge problem that most of the immigration lawyers are facing on a day-to-day basis. So that's it. Okay. I hope you understood it. It's a value. And now we're going to move forward, and I'm going to show you that how I built it from the very scratch. Okay, integrating different platforms, the different you know thinking of how leads talk to lawyers. Okay, what's the best ways a lead might book an appointment, making sure that no that each and every potential lead basically not goes away basically. Okay, so now let's go and look uh, at that part. Okay, so yeah. So I hope that now you guys understood that how valuable it is, okay, for all the immigration lawyers. And now we're going to move forward, and I'm going to show you that how I actually built it, this whole WhatsApp index system from the very scratch, okay, making sure that all the loopholes are being actually also fixed, all the different kind of criteria, scenarios, intelligent enough, how it's actually handling all the different kind of scenarios, okay, in which might a badly made system might going to fail as well. So let's see it, okay. So I hope that now you guys understood the value of this for the immigration lawyers. If you are an immigration lawyer as yourself, you might know how much valuable it is. Okay, so yeah, now let's move forward. Okay, I'm gonna show you now how I built it from the very scratch on my own by understanding the specific problems of the lawyers. Okay, taking care of all the possible kind of scenarios a lead might go through. Okay, so let's look at that now. So hey, I hope that till now you might have already seen the demo, okay, of this whole system, that how great it is, okay, in terms of performing all of its tasks, okay, and you have also seen how valuable it is for all the solo lawyers and small law firms owners, okay, and now we're gonna move towards, okay, I'm gonna show you how I actually built it this whole system, okay, in the N10, okay, by integrating different platforms together and how the whole thing is actually working, okay, at the very in-depth levels, okay. So let's first of all start it with very simple parts. There is a trigger. Okay, so now for the triggering part, so for the webhook, okay, I am actually have used Twilio, okay, as the middleman, okay, to connect this whole system and my WhatsApp. Okay, so right now I'm gonna first show you that how this automation is actually even getting triggered. Okay, because there's a middle platform that I'm using that is called Twilio. Okay, Twilio is a platform that actually helps you to digitify and automate the phone calls, messaging, email, and all of these things. Okay, so as you can see over here, you can actually learn more about the Twilio. Okay. So I'm going to go to the messaging part. Okay. So you have to go to the messaging part. You have to click on the, you know, okay. And let me just show you that how I'm actually like sending the WhatsApp messages right now. And so here you can see, okay, in the sandbox settings in the Twilio, I have my whole webhook URL for the N10 setup. Okay. And what actually is going to happen is that whenever I'm going to send the message to that specific WhatsApp number, okay, that is connected to that is connected to that video, Tuesday, we're going to forward that particular WhatsApp message to the N8N, okay, particular this webhook. So what will happen is that as I'm gonna first of all deactivate it, okay, and I'm gonna click on as good workflow. So now what's happening is that it's waiting for you to call the test URL. Okay, so now webhook is going to wait, okay, for the event to get happen. Okay, so it's actually waiting for a message to be received from the Twilio, because as I'm going to send the message to the Twilio is going to send the message particularly to the Anaton. And now, right now, it's actually waiting, okay, for the message to be arrived from the Twilio. Okay, Twilio is going to send the message to this particular URL, and here that will going to be received. After that, what's happening is that I have an edit field, okay, manual, and what's actually even happening is that I'm actually storing the phone number from where the message is actually received. Because look, message can be received in the very initial form, okay, uh, like someone might be messaging me from the very initial point, okay, she have never messaged me before, and it's their first time, so I have to store it. Plus I have to detect that is it my lead, is it a new lead, is it a new sender, old sender, whoever it is. I need some kind of identifiable part as an ID or whatever you call it as. So that's what I'm actually storing over here. So I'm setting a field. Its name is from phone number, and its value is as you can see over here. I'm adding the WhatsApp number over here. Okay, getting from the webhook part, and actually I'm the only, and also the what I'm actually doing is that I'm replacing this WhatsApp uh, colon plus, okay, with a empty character, okay, because at last the I want the phone number to get stored in this format, only the phone number. I don't want other WhatsApp and other validated stuff or anything like that. I just want a phone number to get stored over here. That's why I'm just storing the phone number in this particular variable. Okay, then we have Google Sheets module. Okay, and what I'm doing is that I'm getting all the possible columns, rows, okay, that is related to that particular phone number that you actually stored, basically. Okay, that's what we are doing. So as you can see, uh, I'm actually retrieving all the rows. Basically, I have my Google Sheets connected over here. Okay, you can actually connect that as well, and it's completely free. It's you can just try it out if you want. And I'm using the particular document. I've selected the particular sheet. It's the same as you can see over here. You can match the names. What I'm doing is I added filters. Okay, return all the rows to me where phone number is actually this particular one. It's coming from the edit fields, the variable in which I just stored the phone number. So I'm getting all the rows, okay, linked to the specific phone number. Okay, all the database data actually regarding that. Then what's happening is that I'm actually aggregating all this out, because look, Anatan gives us data in multiple, splitting parts. Google Sheets stores specifically, it gives us the data in splitting parts. Okay, it's not going to give me a list of all the data. It just throws out all the data, okay, in multiple terms. Because I am aggregating that all the terms, all the values that Google Sheet has given me, let's say 5 of them. Okay, I cannot process 5 of them individually every time going on out here. Okay, I need a list of it to actually use it in an organized way. So what I'm doing is that all those 5 terms, I'm creating a single list of all those 5 terms. Okay, I'm adding those 5 terms into a single list, so I can use that one list throughout the whole automation. Then what is actually happening is that I've actually created a data table for this, because look, it's not just about talking, it's about storing the right variables, right data. So there is something that I actually created that is called as data tables. Okay. So what's actually, so this particular part, we're going to store all the details of the leads basically. Okay, like what's the full first name, what's the last name, what's the email, contact number, and other summary based details, and other things as well, metadata stuff. This is important because look, if let's say, you know, I'm talking to the AI, okay, and what happens is that whenever if the AI is asking for the user's name, email address, contact phone number, or anything like that, what actually happens is that user might tell it, but AI has to get it every time from the history of messages. Okay, because a user might have told its name, its email address, phone number before few days ago in the very last few messages. Okay, and what happens is that as the number of messages grows, okay, the history or the context from which the AI can get the stuff actually gets its quality just decreases. Okay, like very hardly. Okay, so what we are doing is that I am saying that just get the details from the message as soon as possible and just store it here. Okay, so AI doesn't have to do hard stuff to actually get the data from the history of messages again and again and again. Okay, this actually will going to make our work a lot easier than what it is right now. So that's what we're doing. So getting all the details, if there is any existing right now of the users, then I'm actually providing these details to the AI. And then what I'm saying is that now look, this is really important. Let me show you the prompt of it as well. Okay, so I'm going to show the prompt of it. So this is the data that I am sending to the AI. Okay, so before that, we're going to see the main system prompt that I actually developed. I'm giving him a normal persona, okay, that you are the world's best intake assistant. You help incoming leads who are messaging through WhatsApp or to inquiry or need help with something, like helping them and making them move forward to generate leads, basically. Okay. The actual task that I've given to this particular AI is that right now your main task is to just to detect if the user has provided there any of the below mentioned personal details or contact details in overall. What do I mean by overall? I'm gonna mention it. So first is user ID, first name, last name, email, contact number, issue summary, all these things. Okay, you'll be provided with the current user message, already provided data, and history of chat. So I'm going to provide three things to this particular upcoming particular requests. Okay, from the user's end. I'm going to provide you the current message that a user has sent to the WhatsApp. I'm going to provide you the history of all the messages. I'm going to also provide you to all the data that user might have already given me before. Okay, from the data tables that we have that I've just shown you from here. I'm going to provide you all these three things. From this, you have to clarify and detect that this might also happen because look, I'm catching all the scenarios. So if let's say for the very first time user is telling me his name. Okay, I have provided the history of messages, I have provided the data tables, okay, I have provided the current message. Now in these three things, first name exists only in one context, in one part, that is the current sent message only. So AI is going to watch all of these three things, these three parts, and going to just get the message from the very important one, and that is the this one, that is from the current message. That's it. Okay. Now in future, let's say another scenario that user wants to change or wants to tell a different first name, or its email is different. Okay, he might have told me a different email before, and now he wants to change his actual email where we can contact him. Now what I'm going to say is that now, in the history, you have the old email, and the history of messages, you have the old email. But in the current new message, user has just sent you the new email. So you have two different type of emails. Now AI will going to make reason about it that okay, these you know in the history and in the data table, I have the old email. Okay, but now user wants himself to contact in the new email address. Okay, so now it will going to prioritize automatically the very freshly provided context, that is the current sended message. That's it. Okay, so that's how it's actually making sure that all the scenarios are actually getting patched completely without any loopholes or vulnerabilities of any kind in terms of storing the user's personalized data. And that's what, and this particular AI agent right now, okay, this particular LLM chain is just reasoning through the data. It's just gathering the newly user provided data of any kind, basically. So that's what this whole LLM chain is doing. And it will going to be done every single time, because in every single WhatsApp message, something might be provided by the user that is important in terms of data. Okay, so that's what's actually happening over here. Now I have a JavaScript custom code written over here. It's actually, I'm just organizing the list, the list of variables that I have provided by the AI into a more simpler and organized form, that's so that I can use it in the further messages basically. Yeah. Now as you can see, I have this particular part over here, that is new sender part. So now look, okay, I'm just detecting first of all that if the sender is new or not by of course some custom JavaScript over here. So what I'm actually doing, again, let me just show you this right now. As you can see, I'm getting the data from the aggregate part. Okay, and I'm saying that is any is any of the rows exist with the particular phone number that I have provided to it. Okay, right now it's actually existing, so it's not, so the user that is actually messaging me, it's not a new user, because the data is present over here, the phone number is present over here, so it's not a new lead. But if someone messages me for the first time, his phone number, his details are not mentioned over here, of course, so it will detect that there is no other row in which that particular phone number is mentioned. So the lead is new, and that's what I'm actually detecting in this particular node. Okay, then I'm actually generating a unique ID for each and every user using the crypto module. Okay, it's actually create a UUID. It's a unique ID that actually I'm creating for each and every particular session or user basically. Okay, and then I'm actually inserting all the updated variables into the row. Okay, to make sure that the data is fresh every time, and the AI further reasons on the freshly provided data only and not in the old data at all. Okay, then again, what I'm doing is that if the user is new, okay, if the user is new, then only these things are going to be performed, all these tasks in the upper end, as you can see where the arrow is going. So if the user is new, it's going to create a new ID. It is going to insert all the newly provided data to us. It is going to add the user for the very first time over here in one of these lists, in one of these rows using this particular module of Google Sheets. Then I have a basic LLM chain again. Okay, that is just the only purpose for this chain is to actually classify that what kind of initial message has sent to me by the user. That's it. Okay, it can be any of these three. Okay, it can be first for the clear inquiry. Okay, means someone is actually directly asking for the help. That example you can see over here, that I need a visa, how much for the consultation, I have a few doubts, I need help. So like I have just provided a few vague examples right now over here. You can of course, like I customize it very deeply according to the firms and lawyers I build these systems for, of course. And first is the clear inquiry, that user is clearly asking for help of something of any kind. Second is not an inquiry, means it's just like for example, your friend is messaging you, okay, and it's asking you a few questions and personal ones or something like that. So it clearly states that the particular person is not looking for any kind of inquiry or anything like that. Okay, so that goes into the second category. Third, I have the vague greeting. Now, in this third category, I don't know if a user is a potential lead or if it's someone who's actually a friend or a working employee or a colleague or family member of yours. Means either is it a lead or is it a not a lead? Okay, I don't know this because the user has just said hi. Maybe he's looking for a reply first. Okay, that someone reply me, then I'm gonna go further with my all the whatever work I have to do. I might be need help. I might be like working with the particular lawyer or something like that. We don't know that, so it goes to the vague greeting that the user has just greeted me with the hi, that like, are you there, good morning. Seeing these messages, you cannot tell, like seeing these three messages, I cannot tell if the other person is a lead or not. Okay, so we cannot classify it as a lead or not a lead. We're just going to take him as vague greeting guy. Okay, we don't know it yet. We're going to wait for the further messages to actually classify him. That's it. Okay, I hope you got, we are doing the classification part over here. Okay, and right now what a model I'm using is the Quen 32 billion parameter model for this, because look, this is not something that requires a lot of reasoning or processing power at all of any kind. It's just a quick classification. So we're going to use a model that is really good in terms of understanding the logical patterns. Okay, but it's just small and takes very less resources, consumes any resources, works fast, and it's cheap also, because we don't want to spend our money in unnecessarily using big models for very small stuff like this. Then I have switch statement. Okay, according to whatever the category user has been classified into by our LLM chain, I am gonna use a switch case rule. So now, if user comes into a vague greeting, greeting, it will going to go to the first path. If user is clearly, you know, asking for questions, or if it's clearly sees that someone is inquiring about the services, then it will going to go to the second arrow. If third, I have not built it yet because it depends from user to user what they want to do. Okay, some might want to wait, some might want to just message that this is a firm based support. Okay, specific to leads only. If you are a family member or if you have something else to do, you can contact on some other number. You can actually tag that using this particular, you know, uh, path scenario. Okay, so I have not built it right now because it depends a lot to that what they want. So let's go through the very first three of them. Okay, so send WhatsApp response. Now, if it's a vague greeting, I don't know. Okay, like I don't know that what the particular user has to do. Like if it's actually a lead, if it's not a lead. So I'm gonna just send a simple WhatsApp message over here. Let me show you the message. So this is the message that, hi there, welcome to Stephen's Law Immigration Support. To make sure we get you the right help, please reply with that what you're looking for today. I want a schedule of a new consultation. I have a question about a visa green card. I am an existing client checking on my case. Whatever it is, you just tell me what work you have to be. Now, think about it. If you're a lead, you will going to reply to this particular message. If you're not a lead, you will get to know that it's a immigration support to where I'm contacting, and you might not reply. Okay, so this is one of the scenarios that I am taking as a favorable right now. Other people, other lawyers, other law firms have their own different kind of scenarios that they want to go towards, and that's what I customize it as actually, of course. Okay, so again, like I'm sending the message to the vague greeting guy. Okay, who it can be a lead, it can be not a lead. I don't know. We're going to see it in the further messages of him. And then I'm actually getting all the rows again from the sheets, and I'm actually updating the Google Sheets again, okay, to make sure that all the metrics have been assigned as it needs to be. For example, what are the last messages have been sent? As you can see, there is a whole list of messages that I'm storing over here, storing over here for each and every sender in the WhatsApp. So AI actually reads all of these messages history. According to that, it actually reasons on it and crafts the best possible current reply and then only messages. Okay, so that's the beauty about it. Yeah. So I hope you got to know the first scenario. Now let's go to the second scenario. That is, user is actually inquiring. We can see it bluntly. Okay, by ourselves. At that point of time, of course, now I have a particular, actual system, actual intake system, assistant, whatever you can say it as over here. Okay, you can go through all of it by, pausing the video, as you can see. Okay, so what I'm doing is that I'm actually giving the system and persona according to a law firm AI intake assistant, as you can see. Okay, and I have actually told him to go through certain stages of the conversion funnel, basically conversation funnel. Stage one is greeting and initial Q&A. Okay, if the user just says hi, warmly introduce yourself and ask how you can help. Users are going to ask the questions to you. Just reply to those questions. Okay. Stage two is qualify them. Okay. By asking the questions, also make sure that you are trying to qualifying them. Okay. Because we cannot waste time if the user is not of our, actual, if not as user is not qualified, we will give support to a certain extent, at a certain level. After that, we have to stop. Okay. We cannot just give all the kind of questions to answers, if the user is not even qualified, everything like that. So it's gonna qualify them by answering their doubts and questions also. If they are qualified, okay, then we're gonna go move to the content information collection. We're going to ask for their first name, last name, email address, phone number, all of the other details as well. Okay, and finally we're gonna move towards booking the consultation. Okay, now in this case, you can send the link yourself also, or I'm gonna show you another variant of the same AI agent. Okay, this is not an AI agent, it's just an LLM chain right now. I'm going to show you the AI agent with what I've already built in this workflow. As you can see, formatting rules for WhatsApp. I'm saying that, keep messages very short and use WhatsApp formatting bold or emphasis. So you can actually remove this also. Some people, some lawyers I talk to find this one robotic actually. Okay, so it's your choice that you can add it or you cannot add it. It completely depends on you. Another thing, use /n. Okay, for line breaks to make it scannable. Again, look, WhatsApp messages can be created in a bulk and long ones. Okay, I don't want that. Okay, that actually removes the engagement part with the lead. If I'm gonna write a really, really long WhatsApp message in just a single message only without breaking it, okay, it will feel robotic, it will feel automated, and it will make it hard for the lead or the user to read this one big message, simply. What I'm doing again is that I'm saying that uh, how long can the WhatsApp message is allowed to a certain aspect. Okay, if it goes more than that, then just break it into two messages. Okay, if it's more larger, then just break it into three messages. That's what I'm doing. Okay, and as we also saw in the demo, AI assistant was sending me multiple messages, two or three sometimes, wherever it was required, wherever the message was long, or we were talking about the different context. So it's intelligent enough to handle those scenarios really well as well. Okay, then I have given some strict output format that I want the output in JSON only, because that's how we able to integrate it with the different platforms and different workflows really well. Okay, this is the part where I'm saying that I want a standardized output in this format only. Any other format or other schema you will use in JSON, I will not accept that, sorry. Okay, just a simple message. Yeah, and then the user prompt, I'm just sending all the details like the last messages, okay, user message and the last messages as well. So everything together I'm giving it. It will going to do again the reasoning on it, and it will going to send all those messages in the loop, because there can be multiple messages. So I'm using a loop. So what this actually saying is that whatever number of messages you might this particular module will get, it is going to run that number of times to through this whole loop again and again. Let's say split out gave us four messages. Okay, at that point of time, what I'm going to do, I got four messages from the split out. So this particular cycle we're going to run again and again and again four times. Okay, sending all of those four messages. We have already seen that in the demo part. Okay, and I think I can show you right now also. Okay, really fast. I'm not gonna look. I don't want to take your guys time. Actually, I'm trying to make sure that I'm able to provide the value as soon as possible. Okay, so we have the execution part over here where our message was run. So as you can see, uh, okay, let me look for something different that is much more useful, so I can show you that. Okay, now look, see, split out gave us three messages, WhatsApp messages divided. Okay, so first message was this: your consultation is confirmed for tomorrow. Second message is this. Third message is this. Now, as you can see, this particular module has run four times. You can see over here it's written four. Okay, it actually run four times, three times through the whole cycle. As you can see, three items total. So it actually sended those three messages one by one through this particular module, and this whole cycle repeated three times. Then it actually gone to this particular another node, that is the completion node. Okay, that's when it's actually done. So fourth time, this particular path got triggered. Okay, this particular path, this one got triggered. Yeah, that's what it is. Simply, that's what it is. Okay, yeah. And in the further messages, the whole cycle is going to be repeated again. Okay, even if it's not a new sender now, I told you that this whole system manages all the variables that has been sent it to the particular by the particular lead to the AI system. So this particular part is actually handling all the messages, variables, user credit data, context, all of these things. Then we have the you know main AI agent that is actually booking the appointment for us. Okay, so look, for this one, I'm actually using the GPT OSS 120 billion parameter model right now. This is one of the best ones actually. It's actually the best part about the Grok is that it's really fast. Okay, that's the best part about it, because it runs on some new kind of technology in terms of hardwares. That's why all the inferences that has been done in their servers, it's just really fast. Okay, like I mean, I have compared it with the OpenAI APIs, Gemini APIs, but Grok is one of the fastest. That's why I use the Grok. And of course, like we are actually built a lead intake system, so we need to reply fast. We need to complete all of these processes as fast as possible, so we can just send the message at last. That's why I'm using Grok, because it's just one of the fastest in terms of replying. Okay, so now here we have the AI agent. Let me just show it. And now first of all, I'm gonna show you the system message again. Look, you can go to the system message. Okay, it's not worth it to tell everything, but let me tell you, it's the same prompt as I have over here. Okay, but the only one thing that's different is that now I have attached a few tools to it. Okay, so now I have attached two tools to this particular AI agent, I'm saying that you can actually get all the events from the Google Calendar and you can actually create events in my Google Calendar. That's it. So what I'm actually doing is that, think about it in this way. I will try to make it simple for you. If user has provided their most favorable time and date for the consultation, AI will going to get, of course, they're going to get all that particular date and time. Then it will going to send a particular request to this particular tool and get all the events, upcoming events, okay, that has been mentioned in my Google Calendar. Okay, it will going to check that is the provided date and time available according to the events list of events of details that I've actually got from the calendar. If it's if it's available, okay, then it will actually going to of course create a reply and message to me that this time is available and not. It's going to ask for the user's confirmation, and as user confirms that, what will going to happen again? AI got the date and AI got the confirmation. Now it will going to move forward to run this particular tool. And this particular tool actually just creates an event. It's just going to book a meeting, create an event in the Google Calendar automatically. Okay, because the time was available, time and date was available, and of course, our event will going to be created, and user will going to get a final greeting message. Of course, that's what the whole system is. Okay, it's doing all the important stuff. In the above, I'm about to add the platform in the system only. I'm about to add the document validation step as well. So like if a user sends you their documents through the WhatsApp, the system can actually also authorize them in a secured way. No data will going to be leaked into the AI or in any other platform or anything like that. It's all going to be completely secured. We're going to be very specific with what kind of output is actually giving. Okay, of course, it will going to minimize the errors completely. I'm working on an SOP on a complete workflow that completely removes the risk of having any errors or any mistakes in the AI review, AI drafts, okay, AI based summarizations of all the documents or anything like that. Okay, I'm working on a workflow. I will soon, after a few days, maybe release a video around that as well. Okay, so I hope that you now have completely loved that demo. Okay, that how great it was in performing all of its tasks. I hope that now you know that how valuable it is for the immigration lawyers, solo ones, and the ones who are also like running their own small law firms. And now you also know the depth of this whole system. Okay, and like how I actually created from the complete scratch. Okay, no, like removing the possibilities of all the errors basically in the current tasks it is actually performing right now. I hope you know this. I hope you loved it. Okay, and okay, and look, like I have been, helping businesses for a long time now, for years, and I have a working experience of building a complete backend for a cybersecurity startup. Okay, building their complete backend from the very scratch. Okay, taking it to the almost to the point of MVP. Okay, as a complete backend developer, I know very well how the logics work. Okay, I have a full year of working experience in that company at a startup. So yeah, like I hope you got to know the depth of it. I hope you got to know how available it is, the demo, and I'm gonna meet you in another video. Okay, and like if you're a lawyer, okay, try to make sure that you are integrating AI in your practice, in your firm, in your personal practice as much as possible in the most safest way possible. Okay, and if you have any questions regarding that, okay, like any questions like if I can help you, if you think that, okay, then you can just message me on the particular email that I have provided to the this video's description. Okay, you can just message me on that part basically, and I'm gonna meet you in another video.